Hey everybody, Rob here for Southwest Florida Television. This is going to be my Wednesday morning beach report for North Naples, Florida. I'm up at the north end of Vanderbilt Beach, and as you can see, it's mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be like that all day today. Right now, the temperature is about 60 degrees. Only going to get up to the low 70s. It's about 9:15. The tide's coming in. A bit of a breeze coming out of the northeast. No red tide, no smell of red tide this morning, thank goodness. This morning when I checked the red tide forecast, it said very low concentrations of red tide. And that was actually all up and down Florida's Gulf Coast. I don't know what it looks like right now, the forecast, but I have not smelled any red tide whatsoever. Very few dead fish on the beach this morning. All good news. The clouds might start to roll off around 4 o'clock today. That was the early forecast. But it's going to be cloudy all throughout the day until at least then. Just about had the beach to myself all morning this morning. That's Delnor Wiggins Pass State Park up there to the north. You really don't see anybody sitting out here this morning. It's just not a beachy day. It's a good day to come out and take a walk on the beach, not hot. But not a day to come out here and work on your suntan for sure. Just about everybody you see walking out here has got some kind of long sleeves on. Be it a long sleeve t-shirt, sweatshirt, windbreaker, something long sleeve. That wind coming out of the northeast is gusting up to 24 miles an hour at times. So it's keeping things cool. Hit that share button so folks can see what's going on here today. Be sure to tune in live in the mornings for my morning beach walks. I usually start those on Facebook around 8:15 now in the morning, just kind of late with our time change, but I'll usually do a first look at the beach. I'll do that live on Southwest Florida Television's YouTube page. I'll do that around 7:40 a.m. if you want to get a first look at the beach. See and hear what things look like out here. If you're one of our early morning beach goers or fishermen, it's some good little information for you. Hit the share button if you like what you're seeing, if you like what I do. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, tips are greatly appreciated. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post. If you enjoy my videos and appreciate my efforts, I do depend on your support to make ends meet. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to come out and do this. Tips, Facebook stars, if you're watching on Facebook, I get a penny for each star that you send. Thank you. Every dollar counts, my friends. Every dollar counts. a very weird tide this morning. When I was looking at this morning's tide chart, I forget the website I go to. It's like U.S. Surf Forecast or something surf. And I checked the tides for Wiggins Pass. And it was like the tide comes in, then it stops this morning, then it just like tapers off. It doesn't go out. It just like tapered off, went straight across on the chart, and then it goes up again. So it's like two high tides with no low tide this morning. It was kind of weird. Never really paid attention. I'm sure it happens now and then. I don't know how often. I just never noticed that happening before. Also, in the description of this post, besides that link to my PayPal account, if you want to send a tip, you're going to find a link to the red tide forecast that I use. Click on that link, and then it's going to take you to a map. Click on the map, and you'll see all these little dots on the map. Each one is where they take a sample, and they give you the forecast for red tide in that area. Is it 100% accurate? No, nobody can predict red tide 100% accurately, but it's better than nothing. It gives you an idea of what's going on. And if you look at the wind, where the wind's coming from, the wind direction, you can see how it coincides with the levels of red tide. When the wind's blowing offshore, less red tide. When it's blowing onshore, more red tide. That's why today it's kind of blowing offshore, so we don't have that stench of red tide. And hopefully it keeps blowing offshore and blows it away. Keep our fingers crossed. That's the best thing that could ever happen. But until it's gone, we got to do our part. Got to do our part. Cut back on the fertilizers. Quit feeding the red tide. Cut back on our fertilizers. Stop polluting our waters. Save our waters. Check out, what is it? Captains for Clean Water. Captains for Clean Water. Great organization. Give them a donation. Good cause. Clean water. We need clean water. All right, thanks for watching, my friends. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Tally ho, everyone, tally ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.